Hi, this is Miss Fifield. I am out on the softball field right now, and I wanted to give you guys a little input on today's lesson just to kind of help save time. Uh, you're going to be doing lesson 10.1.4, which is a race to infinity, and you have six graphs that you're going to graph into your calculator, and then you're going to see which one goes to infinity first. They ask you some predicting questions so you can talk about them in your group and put that together, kind of decide which one do you think is going to go to infinity first. It's always good to make a prediction. And then you're going to actually, when x is 1, what happens to each of these functions? When x is 10, what happens to each of the functions? When x is 100, what happens to each of the functions? And they ask you to answer some questions there. And one of the things that makes this, it seems all pretty easy, but what makes it difficult is when you try to graph them on your calculator and you have to find them. Some of these functions are quite large, and it was difficult when we sat down to do this lesson. So, what I thought I would do is to make it a little more enjoyable for you and not so confusing. I'm going to give you your window settings for the calculator, which will make everything much, much easier. So, on the screen, what you're looking at is the window settings for your calculator. X min is -10, X max is 150, X scale is 10,000, and Y min is 0, Y max is 22,000, and Y scale is 10,000. So you're going to input those in the window setting. So if you look at the top part of your calculator here where it says window, you hit window. And these values here, oops, I'm going to lose my calculator, but these values over here are what you're going to input. So for X min, you're going to input -10. And then for X max, 150. For X scale, 10,000. For Y min, it's going to be 0. For Y max, it's going to be 22,000. And for Y scale, it's going to be 10,000. All right, so there we've inputted them. So when you go to Y equals and you start inputting, I've input a couple of the graphs, 100x and then 1.05x squared, and then you hit graph. When you get all six of those functions, this window will show all six functions within this window. And that was a really tough thing to do. It took us probably 20 minutes, and that was a bunch of math teachers. So didn't want to make you guys suffer, so I'm giving you that ahead of time. Don't forget to do your homework. Remember to show all your work. Make sure you make a good graph. Your graph on graph paper. Again, this is an estimate. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm giving you the settings, so you just have to decide what numbers you're going to show on your graph and whatnot, and I'll let you guys work in your groups. I'm confident you can do that. Remember to work together, stay together as a team, and be courteous to our substitute. So have a nice weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Take care.